If you guys are looking for a place to get some reliable Ultimate Team coins, be sure to check the link in the description below to cointraders.co and use code LEGACY for 5% off of your purchase. How's it going, guys? Welcome back. Today we got some more NHL 19 on deck. Today we're going to be building an entire team that is built around defense winning championships. We hear it a lot, that defense wins championships. But how tried and true can that be if we go to the ultimate extreme by going out there and giving our team all of the terrible forwards in the league? I shouldn't say terrible, they're still solid players, important to their teams, but the players with the lowest overalls currently on NHL rosters in 2019, and that is what we have today, is an entire forward core. We have Franzen. One guy I can't believe made this list, Henrik Zetterberg. He is 37. He's going downhill, I guess. He's a 70 overall right now, but you see we have a whole lot of 70 overalls, a whole lot of guys I've never heard of. You're probably on the same boat for some of you guys. Mackenzie Macachern, I don't know how to say your name, pal, but you're 24 years old. You got plenty of time to get better, but right now you're only a 69 overall. So we have all of these forwards that have very little offensive abilities, and we put them with the very best defensive players in the league right now, and we're going to see if this defensive team can carry these guys to a Stanley Cup. We have Victor Hedman, Drew Doughty, Brent Burns, Erik Karlsson, Morgan Rielly, and John Carlson. Morgan Rielly being the only 88 that did make it. I will show you, we did throw some other 88s on a scratch list, Petrangelo, PK Subban, but we did not pick any sort of, favorites. We just kind of said, oh, 88 overall, we'll grab you first or here. So that's kind of where we went, and when we grabbed the 88 overalls, no particular thing there, didn't try to snub any 88s. There are a lot of 88s out there. And then as far as goaltending is concerned, we gave them Semyon Varlamov. Why? Because he's an 87 overall. He's kind of average for a goalie. I didn't want to give these guys an absolutely dud goalie at an 80 overall. But at the same time, I didn't want to give them like a 92, 93 overall goalie because, like I said, we're trying to make this as defensive heavy as possible. But we didn't consider goaltenders as part of this defense as much as the goaltender is the last line of defense, obviously, in the NHL. One thing that's going to be extremely interesting about how these guys do is the pure fact that you look at the defense. And yeah, we don't have any forwards, but we have like 6'4" defensemen that can drop a point per game or drop you 60 assists, 60 points, which you need to win games. So we'll see if we can drop enough goals with this all defensive team or not. I mean, come playoffs, I think we have a very scary team, but we have to get the playoffs in right now. It is showing that we are struggling to score goals. We're 9-13 or 9-12, 9-15. We'll get it right. We just keep on dropping games. I would have liked to think we'd win more games than this. I understand we have no forwards, but like I said, we brought it up. A lot of these defensemen are point per game players. I'm sure any team would die to have 6 defensemen that can drop you 60 plus points a season on their team right now, and they're very good in their own end as well. And that's what we have right here. We just can't make it work. I guess you need to have forwards to win games in NHL 19, and that is completely showing right now, because we are looking like a team that is going to be a #1 overall draft pick more than a #1 overall seed that can win a Stanley Cup. I do feel like these guys had a lot to offer. At the end of the day, I felt like 2-1 games would be very popular. We could win a lot of 2-1 games, but I mean, you're looking, we gave up 6 goals on that game, 3-2, 3-1. We're keeping them pretty close for the most part, but the second we play Colorado, we give up 5 goals, we lose. We play Carolina, we give up 5 goals, we lose. We shouldn't be giving up 5 goals to teams like that, and we did, and we didn't come anywhere close to playoffs. There's no secret about it. No playoffs for the Buffalo Sabres, possibly the worst team in the league. Could you imagine if I told you Brent Burns, Erik Karlsson, Morgan Rielly, John Carlson, put those boys all on the same team, and we'd say, oh, worst team in the league. I guess that would be the cost of paying him. But you look, Victor Hedman, he even dropped 59 points for us. Like I said, we didn't really get everything we was looking for, I guess. The one thing that was kind of obviously difficult is we didn't have forwards, so these defensemen couldn't quite be a point per game as much as they may have been if they did play forward. But you look, our top 5 point scorers were all defensemen. They did get that 50 point, 40 point range for a lot of these guys. Not bad numbers, really. They did most of the shooting for us as well. It was just like I said, it's still difficult when you have forwards that can't put the puck in the back, and that Morgan Rielly was our worst defenseman. Still dropped 30 points and a -12. Every single player on his team was a minus, though. -5 for Robinson, one of the better guys. But you look at the forwards, once you get past Rielly, 29 points, 17 points, 14 points, 10 points, a bunch of zeros, 8 points out of our, that must be our 4th liner. Good old Kevin Rooney. I am a little bit surprised we had nobody with a positive plus minus. -1 guy, Mackenzie, the guy's name we couldn't say properly. He had a point to prove. He's like, you know what? Best player in his team, Pi. You better watch what you say. I understand. Zetterberg with a -5 as well. But again, he was logging those third, fourth line minutes. We go and take a look at our goaltenders. Our goaltender was Semyon Varlamov. A 919. Oh, good. I forgot. We can't look at these stats. I always look at these stats and think, oh, okay, he did it right. 919, 267. I remember that's right. The stats don't count. That is such a buzzkill these days. It's so different playing this game knowing that those don't count. Such a force of habit that you kind of have to get used to not working now. But we'll go look at the standings real quick. 35, 41, and 6. So we started to bounce back at the end of the year. It just wasn't good enough. Kind of one of those deals like, oh, we got a first round draft pick, first overall, lottery pick coming in hot, and then we won some games and ruin our chances a little bit. 76 points, though, nonetheless, to end the season. It was 103 out of the Lightning, 99 out of the Leafs. The Panthers made it, and so did the Bruins. And the Canadians had 92 points. We was playing in a tough division. Even if we had a solid season, it was going to be tough for us to make it. I mean, there was a lot of... who am I kidding? The Metro dropped 100 points. When we were talking about the other division being tough. The Metro, every single team, 4 teams, 100 points. You look at the Central, a bunch of teams barely dropping 100 points. The Winnipeg Jets had 101. Then we had 94, 93, 90, and 89 out of the Blues, out of the Stars, out of the Blackhawks, and the Predators. The Blackhawks surprising some people making it. We take away these top defenders from some teams, and it's helping out the other teams, I guess. San Jose, Vegas, and the Coyotes made it in the Western Conference. Again, no teams with 100 points. An Eastern Conference dominated season, to say the least. We do have one last thing to do, though. We have to sim up all these games. We have to see who wins the Stanley Cup. Mainly because we want to see if, even though we had all these defensemen, even though we struggled, did we happen to have a guy on our team that won the Norris Trophy? So let's go ahead and take a look right after we find out who our 2019 Stanley Cup champions are. Who do we have here, EA? The suspense is killing us. You're going to have to drop it here soon. You can't keep simulating forever. Or you can. Your choice. Any day now. Here we go. The Pittsburgh Penguins. I thought we took Letang. Did we take Letang? I forget if he was on our bench now. He might have been in the minors. I feel like we switched him to the team. Maybe we didn't. Maybe that no Letang or having Letang helped him. But we'll go look at the awards real quick, as we did mention. Yart Ross, Ovi Memorial. Norris went to Roman Josi. Okay, so we took PK, and Josi flourished even more. So we did not get the Norris. That means we probably didn't get any hardware. A lot going to the Washington Capitals. Go Kessel getting the Smite, the Vezina going to Sergei. I love to see it. And the Jennings. Dumoulin with the Mastodon, and then the Selke went to Bergeron, the Lindsay went to Ovi again, and the Maurice Richard went to Ovi. Ovi had an outstanding season. As for this video, though, guys, unfortunately, defense doesn't win championships to an extreme. If you guys want to see another video like this one, I'm always listening to suggestions. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.